Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Pokemon Pyrite. In the last episode, we were at the Lake of Rage and we dealt with the rampaging Gyarados there before eventually coming back to Mahogany Town here, and we're ready to team up with Lance and take out the Rocket hideout. Sorry, take on the Rocket hideout that is here. But the first thing that I wanted to do is something I mentioned obviously in the last episode, and that is that we now have this little Eevee in our team. And obviously the reason for that is we want to evolve it into a Vaporeon so that we have a strong water type on our team. So we're just going to trigger that here. With the Water Stone, you can buy Water Stones in Equity City at the Pokemon. They're really expensive, like 14,000 Pokedollars, but totally worth it. As Eevee evolves into Vaporeon, we can very quickly ensure that Vaporeon has a super powerful move, which would be Surf. And we really don't need Sand Attack. Sand Attack never works. It just doesn't work whenever I seem to use it. But anyway, so obviously Vaporeon is going to need a fair amount of training, as you can see. He, she, let's just check. He, the Vaporeon. So our Vaporeon here, he's much lower level than everyone else. So unfortunately, as we have discovered previously, we don't want to buy a Rage Candy Bar. But anyway, as we have discovered in previous episodes, it's very difficult for us to actually consistently keep doing levels here. But anyway, Dragonite uses Hyper Beam against the Rockets here, and we see what took you like. Just as I thought, that strange radio signal is coming here. The stairs are right here. Mark, we should split up to check it. Thanks, I'll go first. So, obviously we have the Rocket hideout here. There is going to be a bunch of issues with regards to these trainers, sort of these statues here triggering trainers appearing and all sorts of stuff. But hopefully we're going to be able to cope with this relatively well. So anyway, we trigger our first, and thankfully he's only got one Pokemon. This is obviously a battle that we have to do many, many times, so it's always useful to see when there's only like one Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's not a particularly good type for us. We don't really have anything that's super effective against Golbats. I can go into Ursaring here quite reliably, and I can slash for well over half damage. So, please, thank you. Good. Okay, so we're probably going to want to heal up after all of these, obviously. So next up is the Hypno. And again, we really want to go into Ursaring here. I'm hoping Ursaring doesn't go down to whatever move this Hypno wants to go for. If it doesn't, we can rest here. We'll pick up all that health back, and then we can just hope that we... yes, you are more than welcome to disable my rest. As he gets 2 crits in a row, which is really unfortunate, and we can slash, and slash again. Down it goes Hypno. And Vaporeon wants to run Bite, which is actually really useful. I don't think Vaporeon's going to be used... going to actually be able to sort of get to a point where she can take out some of these guys, but it would be very useful just to have Vaporeon around. Now, we're going to Donphan here, because Donphan obviously really sort of completely walls this Raticate, and we can take down a few turns, take out the Raticate, and there you go. So unfortunately, as you can see, this is going to take a fair while. So I'm certainly going to be fast forwarding quite a lot. We're going to want to use lots of lemonades and stuff like this. As everyone's going to want to... I made sure I had quite a large amount of health. As we trip into a trap, maybe, as we see Wild Wolf Core, which isn't good. I'm going to Donphan in case I want to use an electric move. Just going to Screech. Okay. Mud Slap. It's got self-destruct, that's why. Well, that's not fun. So it looks like they might have rigged the area with traps and Pokemon that want to explode. Like Voltorb or Electrode, maybe. So, anyway. As we hit another one, and it's a coughing this time. So yeah, Pokemon that want to explode are essentially going to be the order. We'll go into Donphan. Donphan again has the highest... if only Donphan had something that wasn't essentially Mud Slap, because then we could reliably go into Donphan, and Donphan should be able to... Fortunately, it seems to be slower, but if Donphan was leading, we could obviously just Earthquake away, and Earthquake would pretty much destroy all of these trainers. as he says, we have traps set in the floor. He's got a Persian, which is not good fun. We again want to go into Dunfan here. And Screech fails, which is really good. We can take down, which is a great amount of damage. Just Donphan's great. Donphan's got such good defense, which is really helpful here. We're going to be able to Mud Slap. It is super effective. Unfortunately, he is at -1 accuracy, so are we, but obviously we're the one missing our attack. That's twice in a row, though, he missed. But he missed the explosion, which is really, really useful. Now, I'm not going to stay in here. I don't think there's any point. So we're just going to go quickly into Ariados here. And we're going to be over to Nightshade. It doesn't matter if Scramble wants to up its defense. See, against Nightshade and Ariados does a decent amount there. So obviously, Vaporeon is really going to only be able to take experience from the first Pokemon that each trainer sends out, because we can't reliably put the Vaporeon in against most Pokemon here. As we are going to trigger this battle, we want as much experience as possible. Even if, as we are seeing, this isn't going to be the easiest set of battles as we hit ourselves. So the reason this is obviously doing so much is because we've been screeched. As the second rocket appears with the Hypno, I mean, you can wait and just see how much it does, but as you can see, it is very, very little. What are you? You're headbutting me, so I really want to go into Ariados here. Let's see it, what it wants to do. Well, Leech Life. It does have Confusion, which kind of sucks. And by kind of, I mean really sucks. We should really Screech and then Leech Life. Actually, I think is actually what we should be doing. Obviously, we can't use healing items during battle, so we can expect a Psychic type move. We'll go into a Quilava here. With Flamethrower. And then with the Raticate here, again, obviously, the other thing is because obviously we want Vaporeon to be getting all the levels, we don't want to be wasting. We don't want to be switching on the Pokemon on the few Pokemon that are at the start, just because in doing so, you know, you're obviously reducing the amount of experience that Pokemon gives each time. There's nothing. There must be a secret item. No, really nothing there. Anything down there? No. As we hit another explosive, most likely Geodude. We're going to surf it. We do take out the Geodude, which is really good. So hopefully there are more Geodudes than anything else. As I think we're going to want to go down this route. More coughing. I am almost certain that Explosion is going to take us out, and that's really unhelpful, because obviously as we trigger some more, I didn't even switch there. So he gets a crit self-destruct and it doesn't take us out, which is really quite impressive, I would say. Unfortunately, that time we do go down. Because obviously, we're primarily looking to. Imagine if you're trying to Nuzlocke this would be really difficult. But yeah, no. Because we're primarily trying to give Vaporeon all the levels, it's really unhelpful. I think it got Sonic Boom, and we can take it out. Thank goodness. Okay, good. Rest would actually not be bad on Vaporeon. Vaporeon has such high health, essentially. It's really, really good in terms of the amount of health it has. As we see another Voltorb. Because this is a trainer Voltorb, I'm expecting this might well have an electric type move. It doesn't want to show that it does. So she got, was trying to set up the rollout there, which isn't particularly useful for it. We really need a fighting type move. We have nothing for these sort of things. What I can do is I can set up a rollout, I think, against this Porygon. Oh, we're missing our rollouts, which is really, really unhelpful. We're going to Ursaring here. And we'll slash. There we go. Down goes the Porygon. Next is a Voltorb, and we can again just slash. And finally is an Electrode, which will almost certainly outspeed us because it's an Electrode. And that Screech wasn't clever. I should have essentially realised that I was going to do that, but oh well. Vaporeon can surf these Geodudes. Again, because they're level 40, we're actually getting a nice chunk of experience every time that Vaporeon takes out these wild Pokemon. as we get a crit, which is really useful because that was almost certainly going to explode afterwards. So yeah, obviously lots of repetitive battles and lots of running back to the Pokemon Center to heal up. Again, we want to just keep pushing away at this. I do think Vaporeon is going to be a very useful addition to our team as we, again, trigger the next set of battles, as we have this Golbat. So this usually, wing attack? I think it's wrong. Please hit us. Please don't hit. It's so annoying that I'm having myself confusion a lot. But oh well. There we go. Down goes the Golbat. Vaporeon goes to level 32, but Ursaring's up at level 48, which is actually really, really good. I have no idea what the level is. We are going to Screech this hit though. Well, we were going to Screech that hit, no, but unfortunately we can't really do anything now because of what happened there. I'm assuming that it flinched me. It must have flinched. It must have flinched Togetic, which is why Togetic didn't get the headbutt off. And the Eradicate. Okay, we'll just I'm still going to do a decent amount. Anyway, we obviously go into well, Donphan doesn't resist as we get TM37, which is TM37 is Sandstorm, which isn't particularly useful. We do have Shadow Ball. I've got to remember that we have Shadow Ball. As we have another item. Thank you for missing your Sonic Boom. Roll out doesn't take us out. As we get a Nugget. Okay, so free money essentially. And we run into another coughing. Don't explode. Please don't explode. It exploded. Because obviously, I mean, self-destruct is obviously a powerful move, but explosion is much more powerful. Explosion is like base 250, I think, and self-destruct is like base 150, so a lot of the times we'll actually tank a self-destruct, but explosion is far harder to survive. Okay, so essentially we've looped around, so now we've just got to trigger this set of battles, and we'll see what this is going to do. I'm going to go into Palaver this time, because we get the Screech, which is really annoying. Gets greedy though, goes for the second Screech, which is really useful. As Vaporeon wants to learn Water Gun, we won't learn Water Gun, just because we have Surf. There's really little point in us trying to run double screens, as it were. We'll see what Bite does now. Obviously we're getting flinched several times in a row there, which is really sucky. We'll go into Ariados, we'll expect the headbutt. Yep. We will Screech now. Don't get confused. Please don't get confused. Now that your defense is low, obviously, unfortunately, we can't heal. We're going to Togetic. We'll see what you want to do now. You're probably going to want a headbutt. Yeah, it's because Ariados is always slower, is the thing. Suddenly, speed becomes so much more important. Oh, Metronome. I want to see what I get. Recover. Vice Grip. And we flinch, and we get taken out. Because again, no idea why, but this Hypno keeps getting crits. Like, I think the issue with these sort of advanced difficulty hacks is that, you always want to have a really powerful team because of the, what you see in your opponents and how powerful their teams are. So when you're trying to do what I'm doing, which is sort of use maybe Pokemon that you wouldn't necessarily consider, they're not really powerhouses, certainly not in this game. It means that you do kind of feel a little... It's very difficult when you don't have, Pokemon that are just, the best of their tier. I don't have the best... I have a very good water Pokemon in Vaporeon, but I don't necessarily would have maybe the best water Pokemon. I don't know what that would be. As you again explode, please stop. It's a crit even. Can't be bothered to heal. Obviously, we get healed by Lance once we get through this section, which will be very handy, as Screech does so much. These Golbat are really annoying. I'm just going to Leer again, and we'll Swift. And then we can go into Ursaring and Slash, and it will take it out. And the Eradicate, we can Slash for a 2-hit KO. And Ezreal also in Thrash, so Thrash is more powerful than Slash. But unfortunately, the issue with Thrash is that obviously you get stuck into it and you can't stop using Thrash, and that isn't actually particularly I don't really want to, I suppose, sacrifice your tactical positioning for it. So anyway, we're going to trigger this Volt Orb. I'm just going to headbutt. It's going to roll out because obviously it's super effective, but anyway. And we'll be able to pop down here. Lance is going to be able to heal up our Pokemon, and we are going to next set off here. And we'll have lots more, and these will just be, you know, normal battles. Thankfully, we should have a very... It's a single sand attack. Come on. Shouldn't be missing every single time. Water. Tentacruel is a real issue for us. We have very little that deals with Tentacruel Valve. I reckon it's going to go for Hydro Pump, so I'm going to go into Vaporeon. Barrier. We've got to bite. But it's not physical, it's special. So we can't hit it physically, essentially, is the thing now. But unfortunately, we're getting whittled down here. Special move. So I really need an electric type move. We're going to go into Ariados here because we resist the acid. And Nightshade completely ignores the boosts that it's put up. Although Bubble Beam is obviously going to do a large amount of damage. And again, another crit. They seem to be getting crits all the time. I'm going to headbutt and headbutt again. Oh, come on, Togekiss. Come on. There we go. Sorry, Togetic. If you see if it was a Togekiss, it might be living. We're just going to zip back and heal up before going into the next battles. The next battles, we will use our remaining revives and stuff. I think that's only reliable. Also, we need to be thinking about what we're doing regarding Screech, so we can't really afford it. Donphan, I think you're going to roll out, actually. Donphan grows to level 44, which is quite nice, and we took the wrong panel. So yeah, what I was saying is, we've obviously got Price, the Ice-type gym leader, coming up, and him, we'll obviously want to be in a decent spot to face him on. As we're going to actually have to go into Donphan here against this Wheezing, using Smokescreen. No doubt we will miss something eventually. Actually, we're the ones landing our moves, whereas he is missing a lot of his. And he misses the explosion, which is really, really handy. And then comes the Zubat. Unfortunately, because we were hit by Smokescreen, it does mean that we just have very low accuracy rather than that Muck sort of was avoiding us, and so, yeah. I'm hoping, as a crit, so that's not actually that bad, as we can land a Surf, and Surf takes out the Sand Slash. So that's a really good sign that Vaporeon is actually getting to the point where Vaporeon will be able to deal with some Piper. Now, Ariados is really our massive counter to fighting types. It just does. They just can really do very little to us, which is very helpful. Unfortunately, obviously, once Ariados, I'm pretty sure Ariados learns Psychic through level up. So once we get Psychic, then Ariados will actually become like a proper counter to those guys. As we're going to try and land this Surf, we can't, unfortunately, and Flamethrower does take us out, which is surprising. I thought it wasn't, given how much the first damage did, as also takes out our Donphan, which isn't great. Earthstring is going to have to come in here and sort things out with a beautiful slash. And we defeat the Rocket once more. And obviously, these grunts here that we just defeated have no idea what the password is, but we are going to very quickly heal up. We have lots of super potions, so that's nothing too much to worry about. And so, yeah, so We just found out that obviously we need two passwords. We are going to be able to quickly grab some of these passwords. So we're going to be able to take on this guy's Ditto. Do we want it to turn into a Vaporeon? No, we don't. What do we want it to turn into? I guess we want it to turn into Togetic. Or maybe Ariados. Yeah, we'll turn it into Ariados. Go on, become my Ariados. And then what we can do is we can go into Quilava. And we can laugh as we try and survive this flamethrower. Bingo. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now, we've got a few things here. We've got Calcium, we've got a Revive, I think the fact that he didn't challenge us to a battle, unlike everyone else, which you want when you walk in front of them, sort of did imply that he was the guy that we needed to battle. As you can see, we are slightly over-leveled for these guys, it seems, which isn't a bad thing at all. I think actually only some of our Pokemon are over-leveled. Like Ariados here is still... don't have Psychic. Leech Slide. It's got Hypnosis as well, which is bad. Ursaring. Oh, I was having a go for like 3 meter or something silly like that. And then a Muck. So we'll just slash. I want to see. Yeah, we need to get rid of this Muck before it really tries to annoy us. As Quilava evolves, which is really, really good. So Quilava evolves into Typhlosion, and now we have a real power, as we see that one of the passwords is Eradicate Tail. And we are also going to be able to take on some of the guys here. We've got a couple of scientists. This Omanyte is going to take neutral damage from our Surf, which is really useful, and as is this Kabuto. It could quick attack, but I don't think it will take it out. We know it's going to go for Double Edge. I'm going to go into Donphan. And we're just going to muscle that. Ooh, it outspeeds and uses a Double Beam. But oh well. Vaporeon is up to level 36, which is going very well. Next, we're just going to switch. No, we really need Vaporeon to keep gaining levels. So do I know the password? Maybe. But no, it's going to stop me. Got 3 Pokemon here. Starts off with the Gloom, which obviously isn't great for us. I'm just going to let Vaporeon go down here because I want the chance to get Typhlosion in for free. Flamethrower should take out this Gloom in 1 hit, and indeed does. We will just Flamethrower this Arbok to see how much it does. We were carrying a Poison Cure Berry, that is like the luckiest thing. And we can then take out her Weeping Bell as well. She has a team of 4 Poison types. So as you can see, we are 36, 49, 42, 44, 49, 43, so... We now have both passwords, which is really good, as we also need to heal. So, revive on Vaporeon. Also, obviously, we do need to worry about the... I'm pretty sure there's a boss battle at the end of this, isn't there? Hyper Potion... Yeah. So, now, we're going to be able to move around here and take on this guy, who has a Sneasel. Sneasel Snee. We will go into Typhlosion. Goes to the Screech. It will not be faster than us, because we are just that much higher in level. Next up is the Gligar, and we can go back into Vaporeon here and hope that it doesn't take us out. It does. Oh, I forgot Ariados is asleep, that's really useless. And obviously he also has Wing Attack, so we couldn't really do anything. Come on. And a Charm, there we go. We just need like an Ice type move. Acid Armor, Snore, Eat Up. Oh well. We'll just Flamethrower, and let's just take out. Again, I don't want to be using these guys too much just because they are over-leveled relative to everyone else in the team. So we're going to Donphan here, and unfortunately we do get Hypnosis, and 3 meter is going to take us out. Ursaring is going to be able to not. Wow, okay, so that's not good. I want to outspeed everyone on my team. Typhlosion, you might need to... Yeah, at least Typhlosion one-shots it. Do I have... I have one escape rope, which is actually very useful. We're going to use that now, just because it makes more sense to... We will have a couple of tough battles here. We've got a tough battle against the executive in the office, where he goes on about, like, how, you know, he feels like he's let down Giovanni, or I think it's something like that. And then we have the battle which Lance helps us out when, you know, two people attack us, and Lance takes out one and we take on the other. We can take this up to pick up this item, which is iron. Again, we do need to think about using these. So calcium is for Vaporeon, iron is for Donphan. The X attack we can really sell. But anyway, so yeah. Then I told you that I was going to destroy Team Rocket. Tell me if this guy can't use Dragon Pokemon. I don't care that I lost. I can beat him by getting Dragon Pokemon. That's what he said bothers me. He told me that I don't love him just my Pokemon. I thought it really well. So yes, that's just obviously our rival there being Wuss. And okay, so we're going to be able to take on the Team Rocket executive here. So this officer is our leader of Giovanni, but we'll certainly he'll be back to someday assume command. So he starts off with the Golbat. So we're just going to surf here. And we're going to swap out now. We can assume it's probably going to be a flying type move. Again, we can't really do anything about it, which is really sucks. But we're going to go into Donphan here. Goes for Confuse Ray, actually. So again, I'm just going to swap out. I see no reason why to stay in. If we're going to be confused, we can Flamethrower. We know that Wing Attack is really its primary offensive move. So we slash, and there we go. Next up is the Haunter. If we outspeed, Feint Attack should take it out. We don't outspeed, but it misses the Hypnosis twice, which is really useful. Next up is a Houndoom, so... I'd love to go into Vaporeon, but I think we can appreciate that Crunch is going to do a bucket load of damage. We're just going to slash it. I want to get damage off on this Houndoom. I have no idea whether can Vaporeon take a crunch from a Houndoom. Oh, wow! Vaporeon, you just eat that up! Next up is a Crobat. Again, we're just going to surf, get some damage off on this thing. Unfortunately, it outspeeds us. I think I'm going to sacrifice Ariados here. As we see the Fly is in. If only we had a Pokemon that could sort of like completely resist it. Wait. Swift hits during first turn of Fly, so let's go back into Togetic. Let's go into Togetic, and we'll just let that do some damage. And then we're going to go into Typhlosion as it goes for the Fly. We can Swift here. We can Swift here. What? So in this gen, that doesn't actually work. Well, anyway, we know it's going to fly and we're going to miss. And then it's going to land and it's going to hit. I think we lose. I think we lose now. Unless it goes for Confuse Ray, the only thing is that, you know, will it go for Confuse Ray? No. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure we lose now. This Fly comes in, takes us out. So the only thing we can do is... I didn't even go in, I wanted to see stats. Oh, we can Quick Attack though. Quick Attack will definitely strike first, but does so little damage. And it's 12 levels above us, which means this is almost inevitably going to take us out. I think we let Ariados go down here. Fly comes in, will not take out Ariados, you beautiful bug. Yeah, but obviously you can't get a hit in because it's too fast. It's just going to continue flying, we just can't hit it. We have to hope that we live, and we don't. And we have to hope that we can land something. And ooh. Okay, I need a crit quick attack. Pretty much is the only thing that will save me here, and we don't get it. Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying. Sort of inevitable in many ways because of how my team was set up. So, let's have a think. What was the order when Golbat, which we sort of did maneuver around quite nicely, and then Golbat, Haunter, Houndoom, which we didn't maneuver around it. We really let that Houndoom do a lot of damage to our team. Admittedly, it did get a crit crunch, which wasn't ideal. Okay, well anyway, Vaporeon, you're going to Surf, and obviously the big issue is that thingy. Oh, don't crit me. Flamethrower, there we go, take you out. So Explosion goes to level 50. Gonna Flamethrower again, and wow. Okay, next up is the Houndoom. Okay, Flamethrower or Swift? We know Houndoom is really frail. We know that Vaporeon survives a crunch. We go into Vaporeon here and we Surf. And Surf does not take it out, but we can Quick Attack here. Quick Attack should take it out, which is really good. And now we have, as Vaporeon was learned, Aurora Beam. So we have an Ice-type move. And it's really better than Quick Attack. Because obviously you see how little that Quick Attack does to that Crobat, which is really the big issue here. So, the question is, I still think Surf does more. Because Surf gets Stab and Aurora Beam doesn't. So we just try and get a Surf off against this Crobat, and we see it does a decent amount of damage. We're now going to let this Crobat take us out. Now, Ariados survives. We know Ariados survives 1. So we Screech. There we go. So, unfortunately it did double team, which is a big worry for us. Screech fails again. So, essentially we now need to hope that we land our hits. So Ursaring, you are going to Slash. Unfortunately it's now at 2. Come on. Every single time. We need to get... Okay, if this Crobat's main way of killing us is through... It's going to fly, so we go into Togetic, and we tank the fly. Ooh, it does exactly half. That's really annoying. I think what we do is we try and... We let... we let Togetic go down, then we go into Ursaring, and now, do we rest? We gotta rest. Okay, there we go. So we're now asleep, and Fly is not gonna do... Well, okay, so we're gonna go into Donphan, Fly's gonna come in. We've really got to take down here. Unfortunately, it's now at +4 evasiveness, but -1. But -1. Come on. Just need one hit. One hit. Come on, come on. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Ursaring, wake up. Yes! Yes! Okay, there we go, that'll be it. Oh boy, so we get a crit, and we take out his Crobat, which is really useful. And he has to inform the others, he's going to run off. We can pick the password from the Murkrow as Hail Giovanni. And now we have another battle awaiting us, and obviously we only have one Pokemon available, and this is why this game is so mean. So, we're going to start reviving up some Pokemon, especially... Well, pretty much everyone. I'm just going to revive up everyone, and then we're going to start chucking Super Potions, one to everyone. There we go, and we also have some fresh waters, so fresh water on Ursaring. So, next, yes, so now we should have the battle with person here. So the door's closed, we enter the password, the door opens. And then, yeah, so these guys appear. So we kind of rat like you on the loose, it's time for Team Rocket's Pride. However strong you may be, you can't take both of us at the same time. And then, obviously, Lance is going to come off. Lance is going to come over and show them what's what. As we start off with a Murkrow, so... Again, I mean, the issue with Aurora Beam is Aurora Beam still isn't the best move here. Aurora Beam is only useful if it's quadruply weak to Ice, because Surf is a bit higher base power. I mean, I can Aurora Beam now, and it will take it out. So, next out is the Executor. We just Aurora Beam here, and we pray it's not faster than us. It is faster than us, but Egg Bomb is normal. We're going to Typhlosion here, obviously, and we will Flamethrower. Although I could have gone into Ariados and Leech Life, that would have been cool. Next up is the Shuckle. We don't want this setting up, so these guys like to set up rollouts. And obviously they can Defense Curl to increase the power of the rollout, so we definitely didn't want that to happen. So if you're going to Earthquake, we're going to into Togekiss. So you're going to Surf. Okay. That's bad. But we're going to Ursaring then. And you've got Body Slam, okay. And we'll just Slash. And we'll Slash again. Down goes the Nidoqueen. Typhlosion goes to level 51. Togetic goes to level 33. And we'll learn Safeguard. Which prevents us from being poisoned, confused, stuff like that. I don't particularly think that's useful for us. Next up is the Misdreavus, and we are going to be able to Feint Attack here. We're not gonna unfortunately survive, but we're going to be able to take it out to a point. And then Leech Life. Ooh, Pain Split. That's bad. Should have so Nightshaded. Yep. Well, that's annoying. We'll just go into Donphan here and we will Mudslap. This is a very, very mean little Misdreavus. It's a very clever little Misdreavus. Because all it does is because it's faster most of the time. I hadn't considered that. But anyway. So anyway, yeah, as you can see, they say the Team Rocket is done for. They have to take out. We have to take out these electrodes. They're all at level 45. Okay, so really, you're going to Light Screen. That was a Speed Tie there. I won 2 and lost 1. And the final electrode is going to get critted, and then we can Swift, and down it goes. And so that old signal has finally stopped, the lake should be back to normal, you're the hero. And he's going to give us HMO 6, which is Whirlpool. And we can only use it out of battle once we defeat the Mahogany Town gym, which we will now obviously have access to. And obviously I am going to call the episode to an end here. I feel like we have done more than enough for this episode. Lots and lots of battles, lots and lots of getting through the Rocket hideout. We now have an extra member on our team in Vaporeon to complete our team for the moment. I think actually our team is completely complete. We are not expecting any more evolutions now. Togetic does not get to evolve in this, unfortunately. But we have Vaporeon, Typhlosion, Togetic, Donphan, Ursaring, Ariados. We still need to evolve, level up some of these guys. So what I might do next episode is go to whatever the mountain is called. Whatever the mountain is that's on the route this way. We'll be able to take on some of the Pokemon in there, go through all that. I feel like that's a decent way of helping some of these guys level up, especially, obviously, Vaporeon, Ariados. Especially Vaporeon, hopefully there'll be lots of, like, rock and ground types in that cave, so we can get some really good levels. And then we'll certainly think about taking on Price in the next episode. So, hope you have enjoyed this episode of my playthrough of Pokemon Pyrite, and I hope you will join me on the next.